So now that we're at this point, we need to start finding out where we want to place our welders in here. And, you know, that's where they're going to stay. So what I'm thinking is on the front side here is where I'd like them both to be. Now I have a ton of room here, considering that the welders are only about 2 foot deep, if that, since I can find a tape measure. But anyway, we're going to put it in the bottom spot right through here, both of them on this side. We're going to put the TIG on the inside and the MIG on the outside, because this is going to be the tank holder for the argon when I get it. And we can put the MIG tank behind the MIG. So that's what I'm working on now. Try to figure out what the spacing is on it, and then after that we'll see. It's going to be made out of the angle iron again, of course, but right in that area for sure is where I want it. I don't want it too low to the ground because it's wasted storage, so definitely about halfway up. And I'm going to try and angle them backwards too, you know, a drop in the back like most welder carts. They're angled like this, so you can easily see the settings. Okay, so I've got all of the steel marked for what I need to cut, which is 4 pieces, well 3 pieces right now. And I'm going to have to, like I said, I want to angle it down in the back, but still have enough room for the tank to fit behind the MIG, because it's just a small tank. It's either a 40 or an 80, I don't really know. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to cut everything. So my grinder is like an 89 model. I think I've showed it on here several times. I literally have a nut, an old grinding wheel that's toast, and a washer behind it to hold it together. It still works for, like, I mean, literally the 1980s Black & Decker, which is surprising. The new Black & Deckers won't even work this good. I have a, like, old model wraparound handle on it. Didn't come with this. It's supposed to have a screw-in kind, and I lost long ago. But it works. It's dangerous as it can be. I need like 3 new grinders. But this will work for now. Eventually it's going to come flinging off there. I've had it, God, 10, 12 years and it's never done it. But it's going to do it eventually, and it's probably going to hurt. So. So in order to get my angle in the back of how far I need, I'm going to have to set up the front bar, and then I'll have to see how far I want it to drop for the angle in the back. So I'll have to clamp everything basically together for now, which this ain't even where this needs to be right this second. I want to find my welding magnet. Might tack them in, but I gotta cut longer pieces for the back, figure out the angle. So I have the back bar cut, but it goes right here, and there's no actual support for it. So I'm gonna have to cut a 17-inch piece to go in between here to where it can weld to that to go straight down, and then I'll have my angle for this side and that side. which this side has to go in a little bit where it's not sticking out. And I'm definitely going to cut this corner off. But I'm going to cut 17. I've already cut the 19 inch down, and I already have my back bar because it's the same as the front. So I just have to cut that 17. Alright, so I have the bar in, and I have this set and measured from the inside here and to the bottom to the crossbar, which it almost lines up with, and it's 22. This is 22, so it's straight. I'm going to tack this in, and this is already tacked in, so it's fine, but that has to get tacked in now before it moves. It's basically just, you know, whatever straight piece down, of course. Which is not this one, this is the back piece. This goes back here. But that's where the back bar is going to go, and it looks actually like it's going to fit in and go on these crossbars, which means I won't have to put a sidebar in. But we'll have to measure it and make sure. Here, actually, it looks like it's going to go up, so it's going to fit perfect. Yeah, that's the way it looks like it's going to fit perfect. And that'll make the angles the way I want it. But now I gotta cut the back bar first. Yeah, then we'll put in the angle back. Yeah, so this bar right here has to go in first. And I'll make sure to push this in when I'm measuring it because it sticks out a little bit too far. Alright, so I have the crossbar sitting there, and as I said, I'm gonna have to push this in so it touches, that way it pulls it back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack that back side in really good, and then pull that in and then tack it. I'm probably going to get a little piece of flat steel and fill that corner in just so it don't snap off. The last thing I want is my expensive equipment falling on the ground. Alright, now I have to put in this back bar. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure down and back to see how far I need it. Now I know the down is 19 inches from the top bars. I'm over 19, so I've got to come up. See if I can find my hammer. I'm at 19 3/4. There's 19. And the back is going to be, looks to be about 19 3/4 backwards. It's about an inch too far. that's where that bar needs to be. Now I'm going to tack it in. That's where the cart's going to go, or not the cart, but the welders. It's pitched back. It's going to catch them really nice. I'm going to put a piece, I'm thinking expanded metal is probably what I'm going to put down in here to hold both carts. And I think that'll be plenty to hold it. I don't think I'll need the side brace. But now I'm going to weld it all in. I'm going to double check all my measurements first. See how tight my welders are. Right now they're pretty far apart. And they're 19 1/4, and I got plenty of room in between them. And right here I have almost 22. So in the front and back is about 20. That's gonna be close. Yeah, and I'm almost at 20, so it's gonna be close. But the back's gonna hit here. I should flip that around the other way. I guess I'll have to test them first, test fit it. Let me see if I can't find some flat steel that's laying there for now. And then see if it will hold both of them good enough. So I already have the Everlast sitting there, and I can already tell there's plenty of room. I've got a ton of space, and they're not even in there all the way yet. They're just, this one's just sitting here. So I'll be actually able to pull this one over probably, but press down and make sure them welds are going to hold before I put the hoe bar up there, because it's freaking heavy. If it'll go over there, because the tank's still being hooked to it. I don't want to unhook the tank, nothing right now. Might have to pull the tank over with it. Suck. Thin weighs a ton, literally. Compared to the Everlast, it's dynamite. Cables and everything in the way. That's why you don't set it all the way on there. Yeah. It'll fit though. I know it'll fit. Alright. Now that I know it'll fit. I know it'll fit. I'm going to full weld it. And you see, this made it 10 times easier to do when it's not got the top on it. So I haven't got the top yet. But this thing is going to be Ridiculous. I didn't want to move it back, it's so heavy. But I'm gonna move that back. I'm gonna full weld everything now, because that ain't happening again. Alright, let me full weld it.